Oh golly goodness. Hello my very stinky friends. Sorry, I just wanted to do something stupid today. Anyway, I'm just going to review Kirby and the Four-Goal Land because it's a good jam. And it's a great jam. It's probably the best Kirby game ever made. Like, this game just blows every other Kirby game out of the water. And I have a British accent in this video for no goddamn reason. Because, oh fuck, I lost my accent. Anyway, this game is great. You guys should be playing it right now. I've heard everybody, most Kirby fans say Kirby Super Step on the Super Pendo is the best Kirby game. But you know what? They're wrong. They're very wrong. They're stupid. They are very stupid. Because this is probably the best Kirby game ever. You know what? Because this game is good. It's 3D. It's everything just... And not because it's 3D. You know, my problem with Kirby games in the past was that the controls didn't felt really good. You know, just double tapping the D-pad to go for running is just stupid. Like, I can't understand if like we're playing on a Game Boy or an NES. You know, those only had two buttons, like one for jumping and one for inhaling enemies. You know, it's understandable, but since we got more buttons like on the Super Nintendo, there is no goddamn reason we have to press the D-pad twice to, you know, run. There's just literally no reasonable reason for that to be the case anymore. But you know what? Past shitty Kirby games aside, let's jump into the good stuff. Alright, so back in I think it was late 2021, goddamn, nearly 2 years ago. Where is time going? Anyway, I was watching the Nintendo Direct like most Nintendo fans would be. And then this game pops up on the Direct, and I'm like, is this real? Are we finally getting a 3D Kirby game? Like, you know, I wasn't a massive Kirby fan back then. You know, I'm still a new fan after playing this game. But I knew that Kirby didn't have any 3D games. You know, I just knew he only had 2D games. So I said, golly goodness me, finally a 3D Kirby game. Is it gonna be good? And goddamn, is it so good that it makes me wanna pee the bed? Like, seriously, man. This game is just so great. Like, from the moment you start playing the game, you already know you're good and for a good adventure. But first of all, if you start playing the game, just change the control type to type B, because type B is it's a lot comfortable. It's a lot more comfortable than type A. Type A is for jumping, B is for inhaling, and I don't know what the fuck the other buttons do. But that's pretty on. I never really liked jumping with the A button. It's just stupid. Like back in the NES days, again, it's understandable. But now that we have more buttons, I think the B button is better for jumping, and yeah, the Y button is better for inhaling. Anyway, first of all, let's talk about the movement. The movement in this game is great. It just feels good to move Kirby around and fuck around with him. It's just great, just amazing. Like, spinning in a circle feels great. Inhaling stuff feels great. Floating feels great. Just everything feels great about controlling Kirby in this game. Now, let's talk about the copy abilities, okay? So the copy abilities, there's not many of them in this game. There's only 12. I think at the top of my mind, let's see which one. Well, we have the sleep ability, which is goddamn useless. I mean, it does heal you, but aside from that, it's goddamn useless. So we have the sleep ability, okay. Then we have the needle ability, the bomb ability, the drill ability, the cutter ability, the sword. Then we have the crash, which is goddamn OP. Like, Kirby literally destroys the entire universe with that. Anyway, Besides that, we also have, oh yeah, the fire ability, the ice ability, and there's a couple more, but I forgot. You know, because this game is Kirby and the Forgot Land, of course. You know, you just have to forgot. Anyway, that don't be disappointed because of the low amount of the copy abilities. Because this game has something very interesting. You can actually upgrade your copy abilities and give them new features. Like for example, if you upgrade the sword ability into the Meta Knight sword ability, it becomes a lot more OP. You can do a lot more slashes in the air, and it's just so cool. And like when you upgrade the crash ability, instead of just destroying everything, it just pauses time. That's pretty cool. The deep sleep ability, which is just shit. I mean, it does increase your speed for a bit, but that's besides the goddamn point. So yeah, even though this game has a low amount of copy abilities, upgrading them is basically giving you new copy abilities. So besides that, we have the new mouthful mode. Get a mouthful of these. No! Anyways, shitty joke aside, the mouthful ability is really goddamn creative and good in this game. Like, I was surprised by how many creative ideas and good ways the mouthful mode was used in this game. I'm gonna go over some of the mouthful abilities. Like, again, first of all, we have the infamous Kirby, which Kirby turns into a car, and I think it's the biggest point. It's the biggest advertisement of the game. Then Kirby turns into a vending machine, a goddamn vending machine, and he turns into stairs, literal goddamn stairs. And then he turns into a thing like cabinet, and that's not pretty good. Just fall over and open a new part of the level. Then you turn into a goddamn traffic cone and smash things with it. And then you literally pour a shit ton of water in your mouth, and literally become a water balloon. Then you become a fucking roller coaster, and just, man, this game is just absolutely fucking ridiculous with its powers, and I fucking absolutely motherfucking love it. So, besides that, what is the gameplay like? Well, the gameplay actually really reminds me a lot of Super Mario 3D World. Because it's pretty similar to this game. The premise of this game is that Kirby gets sucked into a portal that sends him to the infamous Forgot Land. And once he goes to the Forgot Land, what happens is that most civilians of planet Popstar, you know, this starship planet that Kirby lives in, get sucked into this new land. And that includes past enemies like the Poppy Bros, you know, the guys that throw bombs, and the Waddle Dees and the Caboos, you know, those Moai guys, and the fucking rabbits. Yeah, and besides that, we have new enemies too. The most memorable being the Awoofies. These guys are so goddamn adorable. Like, even when they are enemies, they're goddamn adorable. Like, I want to squish them until they fucking die. They're so fucking cool. Anyway, yeah, what you do in this game is that you rescue Waddle Dees. The Waddle Dees, now that I said that this game is all like Super Mario 3D World, the Waddle Dees kind of act like the screen stars and the stamps from that game. You have to go explore in the game to find the Waddle Dees, and damn, the way you rescue these Waddle Dees is just so goddamn fun, satisfying, and so cool. Some really clever puzzles are locked behind these Waddle Dees that I just fucking love the game. And when you just don't, and the game actually helps you find the Waddle Dees, because if you're nearly close to a Waddle Dee, like they scream, like they go ew, 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 like they make a noise like that, so that they know, so that you know they're nearby, so you can rescue them. And man, when you rescue the Waddle Dees, it's just so goddamn cute. Like they hug you, and then when the level ends, like they pop on a, they jump on a warp star and then go back to Waddle Dee Town. Oh yeah, I forgot. Or better I say, I forgot. Anyway, Waddle Dee Town is a big part of this game too. It's basically the hub world of this game. In this place, when you rescue the Waddle Dees, you need a certain amount to upgrade your town and make new things. Like for example, make an item shop, a weapon shop, which is where you upgrade your weapons, as I explained earlier. And there's a restaurant which is pretty cool too. And Kirby even has his own house now, which is goddamn great. There's not much to do in the house. You can only like look at some books which show Kirby's past games, like Star Allies, Star Allies, because that's where this game belongs. That's where Star Allies belongs, in a back trash alley. Anyway, Star Allies aside, you can also sleep in the house and put some figurines. Oh yeah, like bro, I forgot so many things about this game. But yeah, you can get these capsules in this games, which give you gotcha figures, which are like these cool mini Funko Pops, which are pretty cool. There are a lot of them. Like there's 4 volumes of them, and goddamn, do they get challenging to get as the game goes on. You can get them in the level by exploring, and if you don't want to do that, you can go to Waddle Dee Town, and then go to a gotcha machine, enter a certain amount of coins that you get in this game. The currency that you get in this game are star coins, like the normal coins and rings, like in other games. No, just like that. Anyway, what you do with these star coins, you can spend them on a lot of things. You can spend them to buy items from the item shop. You can play mini games with them. Like, there's a fishing mini game. Oh yeah, there's also goddamn motherfucking fishing mini game. And can I just say that this is the best fishing mini game in a game I've seen in a long while. Like, the game's simple. Like, you just copy button presses, but man, it's just so goddamn satisfying when you get the big fish, which the reward for is 500 coins. So goddamn cool, man. It's just so cool. Anyway, you can go also a cool section of this town. Once you upgrade it, there's this Waddle Dee, which lets you play some kind of games, like you're not gonna believe what I'm saying, but there's this Kirby tilting game, like when you tilt your controller, your Joy-Con or Pro controller, so whatever you're playing. I was playing with the Joy-Cons because, I can't get Pro controllers because I'm fucking homeless. Anyway, this mini game is so goddamn cool, man. The motion sensors work really well. They're super responsive. They reminded me actually of this Kirby game. Kirby Tilt and Tumble was on a Game Boy Color. Like, I knew about this game. Knew about that game. And it's been recently released for a Game Boy Switch Online. So whenever, I don't know when it's gonna be that case. But whenever I get my, what's the name? Whenever I get my new Switch subscription, whenever that happens, I'm gonna try Kirby Tilt and Tumble and see if it's good or not. Yeah, this game is pretty cool, and there's also the Colosseum, the stadium that you can fight past bosses. This is pretty cool, but keep this studio and this stadium, this Colosseum in mind, because this is gonna be one of the biggest pains in your ass throughout the post game. So there's this. So at the beginning of this game, there's this guy named Elfilin, okay? He's a rat, mouse, kind of guy, I don't know. Just, but he's cute. You know, most Kirby fans said that he was going to betray us at the end of the game, but spoiler alert, that really didn't happen. He stayed with us until the end. So anyway, you play throughout the game, you rescue Waddle Dees until like the snow. Yeah, it was the snow world. I think it's the fourth world of the game. This is where Ding Kikiki. Yes, his name is Ding Kikiki. Look, I know his name is King Dedede, but shut the fuck up. I'm gonna pronounce this how much the way I got, okay? So we see Ding Kikiki, and then he kidnaps Elfilin, and then we go rescue him. So we go throughout another world, which is the desert land. Nothing much happens in the tournament story, but the last world of the game, which is the lava land, this is where shit of the story gets interesting. So you see, what happens is that after we defeat Ding Kikiki and we hear the banger remix of Mask Dedede, like goddamn, the remix was so goddamn fucking cool. It's like the song, it's just so goddamn good. If you heard the Mask Dedede song from Kirby Triple Deluxe, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. But okay, we defeat Ding Kikiki, we rescue the Waddle Dees, and then when we defeat him, you know, he becomes friends with us, so we wanna go, okay? So the enemies of the game, you know, the normal enemies, gang up on us, and as we're running towards the elevators to escape from them, a Waddle Dee trips down, and King Dedede or Ding Kikiki sacrifices himself. Like, he throws the Waddle Dee in the elevator so it can be saved, and he fights off the enemies that were there. So anyway, we go into the elevator, and this is peak Kirby lore. Now, I just looked up Kirby lore around 1 or 2 days ago, and it's really goddamn confusing. I didn't understand a single bit. I have to probably watch it again. Okay, so turns out there was this creature named Fecto Elfless and came to the planet of the Ancients. Now, the Ancients were a civilization. It's commonly theorized that they were the humans of the Kirby series. You know, the humans captured him and studied and experimented on this Fecto Elfless for around 30 years. But after 30 years that the Fecto Elfless escaped, it was separated into two parts. The one part is Elfilin, you know, the friendly guy that was with us. And there's this other fucking fetus testicle monster that comes up at the end of a game. You know. So what happens is that there's this guy named Leongar, which is the boss of the bosses of the game. You know, he's the main boss. Goddamn, why there's so many bosses? Anyway, I'll talk about the bosses in a minute, but I have to get the story first. So this guy tells us just what about, say, like the Alpha experiment, and yeah. And he finally, we do a boss fight against him, we beat him, no problem. And then he fuses with the second half, you know, the testicle monster, which is the other half of this Fecto Elfless guy. And he turns into fucking Chaos from Sonic Adventure. Like, bro, the similarities are, like, uncannily similar. Like, goddamn, just look up this guy and then look up Chaos from Sonic Adventure. Both of them are water monsters. Both of them consume everything. And just, yeah. So we defeat this Chaos guy, and then we go to beat the final boss, Fecto Elfless. This is when the testicle guy, what's the name, fuses with Elfilin. So yeah, we defeat it, and then Elfilin gets free, and then Kirby mouthful modes a motherfucking big rig over the road racing. If you get that reference, you're goddamn cool. So anyway, he inhales a fucking truck, And then as everything's like falling over, like Effecto Alpha is right here is just trying to crash Planet Popstar into this forgotten land, and it's just so goddamn fucking climatic. And then we run over Effecto Alphas with a motherfucking truck. What the fuck is this game? And yeah, we defeat him, and Alpha kind of sacrifices himself. He doesn't die. Thankfully, he doesn't die. And yeah, this is so. After we did that, after we rescue every Waddle Dee, there's the post game content. So you remember Leon Guard, the lion guy that we defeated at the end of the game. So it turns out the pieces of his soul were scattered around a new place. Like there's a glitchy place, like there's a new place. Anyway, this is the post where the post-in content shines. So we go through there, and it's an amalgamation of all the worlds from the game, are like a harder version of all the levels. It's like a marathon. It's really goddamn cool. There's 300 soul pieces in total. So anyway, we collect all the soul pieces for Leon Guard. Then we defeat him again because apparently he got possessed by the fucking testicle guy again. And then we defeat him, and he comes to Waddle Dee Town. And that's basically it for the story. And there is one other thing to say about this game, which is the Ultimate Cup Z. Now, if you played this game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So you remember that Colosseum? Yeah, that fucking Colosseum, I said that you can challenge past bosses. This Ultimate Cup Z will fuck you up, make you scream, throw your controller into the wall. Damn HAL Laboratory for creating this game, and then makes you want to bite your testicles off. Anyway, why is this boss so hard? Well, it's because the new form of the Effecto Alpha called Chaos Alphas. The first phase isn't anything special, but then the second phase he turns like into this weird bald guy, which it's like Dark Matter from past Kirby games. And then what happens is that this guy is so fucking hard that I nearly rage quit it. But you know what? After trying and trying, I defeated him, and I'm suffice to say that this game is fucking amazing. It's probably the best Kirby game that we've gotten in a long time. It's probably the best Kirby game in my opinion. And in my opinion, they should make more 3D Kirby games. So if you liked Mario 3D World, or just looking to get a good Kirby game, just pick this game up, enjoy it, and then just suck it up. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching this review of Kirby and the Forgotten Land. I'm going to be trying out other Kirby games in the future. Mostly it's gonna be Kirby's Return to Dreamland Ducks. I played the demo and it's pretty good. I played the first level and I'm convinced that this one level is better than the entirety of Star Allies. I played the demo for Star Allies and I just fucking flew up. Yeah, so that's basically it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.